can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
I caught wind of the Kelly Rodni coming up missing on September the 7th, 2022. Today is September the 14th, 2022, and it's 2:15 in the morning. I will upload this video around 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning today. But let me tell you a fact about the Kelly Rodni's situation. This is a fact. This is not what I think. When the Adventure with Purpose found her body in the water, she was wearing that bikini. But that bikini had been ripped and pulled up like this. Pulled up. Based on the fact that they found her body like that, I have concluded, in my opinion, that she was raped multiple times. The whole intent of getting Kelly Rodni to the party was to have her drunk, drugged, and raped and murdered. Who orchestrated that? In my opinion, based on the information and belief, Samantha Smith orchestrated this. Now, I want to bring something to y'all attention that she stated that Sammy and her was together throughout the party, going back and forth to the car at times to get alcohol. That was a red flag right there, saying going to get alcohol. She stated that because she was hoping to remove culpability of her providing minors with alcohol. But because you say y'all shared the same cups, you already provided alcohol. You're drinking with an underage. But I'll tell you why she was sharing cups with Kelly Rodni. She was never drinking out of the cup that Kelly Rodni was sharing, that she was sharing with Kelly Rodni, because it was spiked. It was drug. It was drugs in what she was giving her. She was turning the cup up, but she was not drinking. You know how you take a cup and you keep your mouth shut and you turn it up? You're not drinking. She said of feeding Kelly Rodni this drug in the cup. Okay? Could have been lean. Could have been anything, but it was drug. This is why it was imperative that she share that cup with her. She wanted to make sure that drug gets into the body. So as she was drugging her, these guys that showed up with the drugs, Samantha knew. It is my belief that Samantha owed money to these drug guys. In a way to get them paid is, I'll let you rape Kelly Rodni. Now, this is my theory. Let me tell you why this theory works. But let me be clear. They say it was a mass exodus at the party, people leaving. That supposedly happened at 12:30. So, they last pinged Kelly Rodni's phone around 12:33. Pinging is where they can get the information from her phone from the telephone company. It's just a GPS. And that phone was sending information when this last phone was on. And it showed that area, Prospect Creek, over there by the water. Now that's 12:33 that they pinged the phone. It was never turned back on after that. Samantha Smith said Kelly Rodni called her at 12:36, 3 minutes later, and said, "Hey, do you still need a ride?" She said, "Oh, no, I'm already in the car." You know why that don't make sense? Because Samantha already said prior to leaving the party, she made it a point to find her and say, "I'm gone, I'm leaving." So we know that phone call could not have happened. So what was the reason why Samantha said Kelly Rodni called me and I had already left? I'll tell you why. Because she never left. She never left the party. She was still there because she was witnessing Kelly Rodni being raped. She witnessed and allowed her to be raped. This is why Samantha can't tell you who she went home with, who was the driver, who she drove there with. The fact is, you hosting a party and you don't have a vehicle here. Now, let me tell you why Magdalene left. Mars, who came with Kelly Rodni. Samantha already told her this was going to go down. You don't want to be here, leave. But I'm saying that she never left. Now, let me tell you something. The most oddest thing about this whole situation is this. Samantha say the party got big and scary because guys started showing up, grown men started showing up with drugs. But you wanted to stay. That is very, very odd. It's scary and it's strange, but you want to stay instead of mingle and talk to anybody? This is her own words. Now, I want you to take and understand one thing. Why would Kelly Rodni phone at 12:33 all of a sudden go dead when she's at the car, can charge her phone? You know why? At 12:33, she dead. She already dead. Now, you take all these people that was at the party, all these teenagers. Don't nobody want to say nothing. Everybody pretended. You know what they tell me about all these teenagers? They cutthroat. Every last one of them. What are you going to be afraid of? Because, see, something else happened there that I don't know. But I can tell you this here. Why would a grown woman host a party, sit back and say, I see that Kelly Rodni is drunk? Why didn't you say, well, I can drive you home, you drunk, and I stay at your place? You see how simple that was? She never offered to drive her home. You see she drunk. You didn't want her to drive. You didn't want to drive with a drunk driver. At the same time, you an adult. You felt no responsibility for this minor by saying, okay, I see she drunk, I'll drive. That is the oddest thing. But she slipped up and said, Kelly Rodni called her. The police already figured out after they got that ping that she didn't call you. So when Samantha say, when she called me at 12:36, she was still at the party, I can hear her. She was lying. She was already dead. This is why she was making it up. She know that the girl was dead because she was responsible. And I noticed when she was talking, she said, somebody else is in on this here too. In on what? At first, y'all was pretending like she just drove off and wanted to be by herself. Then y'all tried to pretend like she put this hoodie on with this sign on, with the wording on the back. You don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear. But she wasn't found with that on. She was found with that bikini on. And it had been cut and pulled up. That's a sign that she was raped. Let me tell you something. Magdalene, Mars, and Samantha are aware that this woman was already dead. Now, when it comes to that roadside assistance guy, I don't really think they have any video. I really don't think they have any video. He said that they dispatched with video, but I don't think they have it. That's my opinion. Now, it appears that he's describing Jagger when he said the black San Francisco cap. That's what it appears. I don't know, but my theory is Samantha had somebody to get a hat like that to make it appear as though Jagger was there. That's my theory. I don't know if he was there or not. That's kind of murky there because the roadside assistance guy said they got cameras. Now, when he showed up, he wasn't in a tow truck. He was like in a van. According to what one person said on here. So I don't really think they have a video footage when he pulled up. Because if they did, they would understand what was going on right now. I don't think they have it. But one thing for sure is Samantha Smith is the number one suspect because this is why when they found the body, she shut up. shut it down. But prior to finding the body, she was real vocal because she was confident that they wouldn't find the body in time. It would be so badly decomposed that you couldn't tell really what happened. Because they were waiting on the autopsy, I don't know if they will find the drugs in the thing. But one thing that will determine is she was already dead before she went in the water. So if she was already dead before she went in the water, that means Sammy already knew she was dead because she couldn't have called you at 12:36 a.m. That was a lie. You clearly stated that you could hear her still at the party because you could hear the background. Now you are the suspect. Her mom and dad just told her to shut up. Look, you everything you saying is it can't be substantiated. So the best thing to do is this. If you quit, shut up, they can't prove anything. The reason why they haven't brought charges yet is really not enough there. It's not enough. And when you start trying to charge people, you better have enough when it comes to something like this here, because that is a very, very heavy charge of murder. But one thing what stood out as well as about the whole thing, when they first started talking, Samantha said, oh, you're not going to be in trouble about the alcohol and drugs. Yes, you are. You will be in trouble. That's why nobody came forward, because number one, this murder has to do with drugs and alcohol. But as a teenager drinking, it's not a serious charge. But nobody's saying anything. This what makes it hard to try to prosecute. Trust me, I don't think that they have video of the roadside assistance, confrontation or interaction with the boy, the girl, and the guy that was trying to, whom we already have concluded the body was in the back of that CVR Honda. I don't think they have that footage. I think they lying about that. I think they was hoping to spook somebody. Because if you had that footage, you would have already made an arrest. You would have already made an arrest. But like I said, I believe that it's going to come out that Sammy and Magdalena had something to do with this here. But for all practical purposes, I know Sammy had something to do with it. You're thinking too much as you talking. You're making up stuff. But like I said, you never left the party. Grown people showed up, and you knew some of them grown people with them drugs. Okay? You knew the grown people with the drugs. That's all I have to say on the matter. There is no way that Samantha Smith can justify, you see she drunk, you went to find another ride, but yet you didn't say, okay, she drunk. I'll drive her home, and I'll spend the night over her house, and she can drop me off at my house. That was too easy to say. The fact that she circled all around this here, you the number one. I said you the killer, lady. Samantha Smith, I believe you the killer. I'm not afraid to see it. You are the killer. And you are involved. You're not the only one involved. And you're responsible for her being raped multiple times. That's my take on the situation.